Hello, Morongo Basin and listeners around the world online at Z107.7fm.com. This is your Z107.7 local news for Saturday, March 29th, 2025. The Desert Fringe Festival is happening right now and going through Sunday, and this year is taking place entirely in 29 Palms. Gary Daniel spoke with Desert Fringe Theater and Cultural Arts Festival founder Miri Hunter, where she explains that while the high desert version has been around in various forms for years, Fringe festivals themselves have much older origins.
The idea of a Fringe festival started in 1947, and it started in Edinburgh, Scotland. They were having a festival, and they had so many performers, entries, etc., that people ended up setting up performance places around where the actual performance
on the
space
fringe
was.
of the festival.
On the fringe. And there was born the Fringe Festival.
This year, the festival is acting like a roving stage throughout 29 Palms. Today, from 11 to 1, the festival will be at the 29 Palms Farmers Market in Freedom Plaza, and then moving to Theater 29 from 2 to 9 p.m. with a full evening of performance art, dance, theater, music, and more. And then on Sunday, from 10:45 to 12 noon, there's a walking poetry hike in the park with a no-host brunch and poetry reading at 29 Palms Beer Company. Then head back to Theater 29 from 2 to 7 for more performances, with a closing party and open mic starting at 7:30 at the 29 Palms Visitor Center. To see a full schedule of Saturday and Sunday's Fringe Festival activities, you can go to this story on our website, z107.7fm.com. A community art event is happening this Sunday at the Simi Daba Sculpture Foundation and Joshua Tree, and it aims to celebrate something that we have in abundance here in the high desert, creative collaboration. Reporter Heather Clisby joins us with more on Rustfest 3.
For the third consecutive year, sculpture artist Ben Alanoff has organized Rustfest, a day of art, music, collaboration, and community. This year, Alanoff feels the event carries a deeper significance.
The impetus behind this year's event is building community through art, because I feel in these times that's important, especially important. I have a personal desire to do more to help our country, but I'm an artist, I'm not a politician. So I feel a little bit limited in my capacity to make a difference. And I was very distraught about, and am distraught about what's happening in our country. And I didn't feel festive. I didn't want to do Rustfest. And I was encouraged by some of our fellow artists in the community to push ahead, because it creates an opportunity for people to come together and connect, which is really important right now. It's always important, but maybe even more important right now.
Hosted by the Simi Daba Sculpture Foundation at their 9-acre property in Joshua Tree, the free event is both community gathering and massive art sale.
We have hundreds of Simi Dabas and dozens of Ben Alanoffs, and I have rust prints and wire sculpture and welded sculpture that incorporates plant material, bones, all kinds of stuff. And Simis are mostly made of industrial scrap, heavy-duty steel that he has put together in fantastic assemblages. Sizes from tabletop to monumental, prices down around 100 up to the many thousands. Something for everyone.
On a stump, the 29 Palms-based artist and visionary behind Mojave Land will be on site to capture the spirit of Rustfest by creating a large-scale painting over the course of the event. Opportunities for artistic collaboration will include weaving sticks into the base of an established sculpture created by Alanoff. There will also be baskets of colorful ribbons for those who want to pen a message, a poem, a confession, and tie onto other stick sculptures. Musician Joyce Rooks will be bringing her electronic cello to create something she calls the Cellotronica, while Yucca Valley flautist Bill Michael Shamhart will also perform. Meanwhile, members of Dance Mojave will be dipping their feet in paint and dancing on canvas to create a painted record of their performance. Gates open at noon, and Rustfest 3 will wrap up around sunset.
It's free. The Wurst Wagon will be here selling their delicious bratwurst. Joshua Tree Distillery has donated some of their delicious spirits for us to give free samples of. And people this year are encouraged to bring picnics if they want. Fly a kite, bring your pet on a leash. It's a community picnic with art.
Reporting for Z107.7, I'm Heather Clisby.
The City of 29 Palms Parks and Recreation Department is seeking vendors for their second annual International Festival that's going to be taking place on May 3rd. The event is in partnership with the 29 Palms High School, and they'll spotlight the cultural diversity of 29 Palms and the Morongo Basin through live performances, authentic cuisine, art, and interactive experiences for all ages. Vendor spaces are still available. Local artisans, cultural organizations, food vendors, and community groups are encouraged to participate. For vendor applications or general information, you can contact the City of 29 Palms Parks and Recreation Department at 760-367-7562. We'll have that number and an email address at this story on our website. The San Bernardino County's Animal Sterilization Assistance Program is offering $200 to dog owners and $100 to cat owners in unincorporated areas that need to spay or neuter their pets. The vouchers are to help cover the cost of fixing your pet, which also does a public good of making sure your dog or cat doesn't make any more. Shelters across the county and the state are over capacity, and the county wants to help reduce the number of unwanted litters entering local shelters. Spaying and neutering can also offer health and behavioral benefits for your cat or dog, including a reduced risk of certain cancers and a longer, healthier life. For more information about eligibility and how to receive a voucher, we'll have links on our website, or you can call San Bernardino County Animal Care at 1-800-472-5609. It's becoming that time of year when the buzz of insects and airplanes fill the high desert skies. The Morongo Basin has a rich history of amateur and professional pilots exploring the Mojave Desert from the air, and tomorrow you can explore some of those planes yourself on the ground. There are 2 historic aircraft shows taking place this Sunday, one in Yucca Valley and the other in 29 Palms. Here's Annalise Kuiper with the scoop.
If you like admiring old airplanes and enjoy a good chat with their pilots, you're in luck this weekend. 2 historic aircraft displays are happening on Sunday, March 30th from 10 a.m. to noon. The first display takes place at the Yucca Valley Airport at the intersection of Highway 247 and Aviation Drive. Aircraft will be available for viewing, and pilots will be around to answer any questions and share stories. There will be coffee, soda, water, donuts, and hot dogs, all for free as long as supplies last. The historic aircraft display at 29 Palms Airport is also from 10 a.m. until noon. Old planes will be on display, and your questions and observations are most welcome. Located at 78569 29 Palms Highway, admission is free and so is parking. Car clubs are welcome to bring their show cars, as there's plenty of room to show off those classic automobiles. Donuts and coffee will be served, as well as hot dogs from Mustard's Last Stand. If you time it right, you'll be able to enjoy historic aircraft at both venues. Reporting for Z107.7 News, I'm Annalise Kuiper.
Don't forget to plan ahead for an upcoming closure to the west entrance to Joshua Tree National Park. From April 7th to the 10th, you'll have to enter through 29 Palms right off Utah Trail, taking you through lovely downtown 29 Palms, which is also a great place to park and wander through all the cool shops the town has to offer. The closure will also affect the trailhead parking areas for the Maze Loop and Creosote trails. Visitors cannot drive to those trailheads during the closure. You can keep up with the national park by visiting their website or downloading the NPS app. We'll have links to both at this story on our website, Z107.7fm.com. And that's your local news for Saturday. You can hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. More Morongo Basin residents get their local news from Z107.7 than any other source. Reporting out of Joshua Tree, California, alongside the award-winning Z107.7 News team, I'm Robert Hayden.